Hey guys, it's your friend Gare, and I'm back to do another collection video for you today. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite systems, arguably my favorite, and that's the PlayStation 2. Now, for any of you guys that have been watching me for a while, it's one of the major systems I've really been collecting for, and there for a while I had a pretty good size collection for it going. I was getting pretty close to 1,000 titles, but here recently I decided to kind of downsize my collection, so I got rid of probably about a quarter, if not close to half, of my PS2 library. Because there's close to 2,000 titles out there for the system, and a lot of it, there's a lot of sports titles, a lot of filler, just a lot of crap, and I really didn't want to fill up my game room with that kind of stuff. So basically, I just decided to hold on to the games that I know I'm going to play, the ones that I really like, the ones that are kind of harder to find, and things like that. And I think my PS2 collection looks a lot better now, getting rid of a lot of that. I almost had one entire row just full of Madden on its own, but that's another story on its own. So without further ado, guys, we'll kind of pan over to the wall over here, and just because there's so many games, I'm not going to pull them off one by one. I'll just kind of go, I'll pan over it row by row, going from left to right, show you the games that I have, and I'll talk about, some that stand out that I really want to talk about. Otherwise, I'll try to go through it quickly, and then I'll also show you guys my systems, accessories, controllers, stuff like that. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with the video games here, and like I said, I'll just kind of pan through the rows really quick. Now you'll notice I have OCD really bad, so of course it has to be in alphabetical order, which with this kind of system with this many games, it gets to be a bit of a nightmare. But I'll go through these real quick, talk about any standout titles here. So first is the Dot Hack series. I really want to get those, but as you guys know, those are pretty pricey to get, kind of hard to find. Alien Hominid, I don't know if a lot of people know about it. It's a really fun shoot 'em up game, very similar to Metal Slug. Very cute, very kind of deceiving, very violent though. I like it a lot. Let's see, Arc the Lad. I haven't ever played that series, but it looks like a lot of fun. I really wanted to try to collect all those for the PS1 and the PS2. Some titles you'll see in here that you guys might think is junk is like, ATV racing, motorcycle racing. I've always been a big fan of that stuff, so I definitely held on to those. The Bouncer, I'm really disappointed. That's a game I still haven't played. It's, one of the first games that came out for the system, and I just never got a chance to. It looks like a lot of fun, though. Again, with the Crash Bandicoot series, I don't think I've ever played a single one, which is really, really sad. I really need to someday, but just never got around to it. Dark Cloud series, I'm really glad to have those. Again, it's a series I've never played, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Def Jam, those games are a lot of fun, like the Fight for NY, Def Jam Vendetta. Lots and lots of fun, especially if you get like 2, 3, 4 players playing. Devil May Cry series, that's a must-have. I absolutely love that series. The first one was like the first game I got for my PS2. Actually, when I got my PS2 for Christmas, like my sophomore year of high school, I got Metal Gear Solid 2 and Devil May Cry. So, very, very good day. Kept me busy for a long time. So there's a top row there. So now we'll work our way down here. I know there's kind of a glare there. Drakengard, that's another series I've never played. I really want to, though. Dragon Ball Z, I'm a huge DBZ fan, so definitely try to get all the Dragon Ball Z games there are for the system. Dynasty Warriors, that's another series I've kind of played, not a whole lot though, but I really like the gameplay mechanics of it, so. Evil Dead, I love the Evil Dead series, so of course I had to pick those up. Fatal Frame, that's another series I want to try to get more of. I love the survival horror genre. Let's see, Frequency, that's a really, really fun game. I don't know if a lot of people have played it or even heard of it. It was like the game that started the whole Guitar Hero / Rock Band thing. It's a music game, so you have to push certain buttons in the right order. It's a lot of fun. It's got some really good music, especially if you're a fan of nu metal and stuff like that from the 2000s. Good time. Alright, so I've got these horse racing games like G1 Jockey, Gallop Racer. I don't know why they seem to be kind of pricey and hard to find. I don't know if they're any good. I just kind of hung on to them, though, just for the fact that, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny to have. So I might get rid of them down in the future, but... God Hand, that is a very, very fun beat-em-up, kind of an arcade-style game. Highly recommend it. If you can find a copy of it, definitely go for it. It's a ton of fun. It's a really kick-ass game. Really cheesy too, which I absolutely love. Gradius, those games are freaking kick-ass. Very awesome space shooters. I love them to death. Graffiti Kingdom, that's another game I don't think a lot of people know about. And it's a really goofy game where you can actually... You draw your character, and then that's the character you play through the game with. So, if you wanted to draw a penis and play as a penis, that's what you do. I actually kind of want to do not a Let's Play, but just a video just to show everybody, because it's really goofy. The Grande series, I haven't played past the first one. Grand Theft Auto, everybody's got to have those. Those were... Grand Theft Auto 3 changed my life. I got that in high school, and it just completely blew me away. Guilty Gear, one of my favorite fighter series. I love it. Let's see. Eco, I sadly still have not played that. I've got the PS3 remaster, and I still haven't got to play it. I really need to. Katamari. I freaking love that series. You guys probably heard me talk about it a lot. So much fun. If you've never played it, never heard of it, it's a really goofy Japanese game. Do yourself a favor, play it. It's absolutely addictive. Alright, so these games here, these are kids' playground learning games, but I don't know if it shows on the side label. It'll show it on the front. They're made by Konami, which I thought was kind of interesting. That's kind of why I hung on to them. I'm sure they're not worth anything. I'm sure they're garbage, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that Konami made learning games, so I held on to them for that reason. Kingdom Hearts. Again, it's a series I never played. It came out in high school when I was still... You know, I thought I was too cool for a Disney kind of game, so never played it. I really, really, really need to, though. Legaia 2. I played the first Legend of Legaia. Absolutely loved it. I never played the second, though, so I don't know much about it. Manhunt, that's a really good series. Matrix Path of Neo. Never played that one. Max Payne. I love that series, especially the first one. If you guys have never played it, play it. It's very, very good. Very cheesy. The graphics are definitely dated, but very enjoyable. And then I've got a few Mega Man games. You know, the Mega Man X collection, that one's a lot easier to find for the PS2. I wish it was that easy for the GameCube, but... Alright, next up, another one of my all-time favorite series, Metal Gear Solid. I have, you know, two variants of it. I have, like, the 3-pack collector's edition here, and then the standalone ones you can buy. Absolutely love those games. I've put so many hours into it. Metal Slug Anthology, that's a must-have if you love that series or any kind of shoot-'em-ups. It's very, very fun. Mr. Mosquito, that's a really kind of obscure Japanese game. I don't know that a lot of people know about it. It's really weird. You're just you're a mosquito, you fly around the house. Basically, your goal is to piss off this family and try to turn them against each other. It's really weird, but it's kind of fun, though. Naked Brothers Band, I held on to that. My friend Courtney, she sent me that as a gift, so I had to keep it for that. Plus, it's the Naked Brothers Band. I mean, what the hell? Maybe I'll get lucky one day and get a signature. Let's see. Some more horror games there. Odin Sphere, that's another one I really want to play. I've wanted to play for years, and I haven't got a chance to. But they are doing a remaster of it for the PS4, so I'm just going to wait until that comes out and play that. Onimusha, that's another awesome series, and I heard that they're doing a remaster of them, so that'll be really exciting. If you haven't played them, they're awesome games. They have like the Resident Evil, you know, tank control style, but excellent games. Hopefully they'll make it so you can just control it like a normal game. But Punisher, awesome game. I love the Punisher. You guys know I'm a freak about the Punisher. Ribbit King, that's another, I recommend it all the time. It's a very fun, it's basically golf with frogs. It's really goofy, it's very Japanesey. Very fun, especially, you know, if like your family or friends or whatever. Highly recommend it if you can get a copy. Alright, so down here, RPG Maker games. Sadly, I never played that series. I remember when the first one came out for the PS1, I was really excited about it, and I just never played it. Again, Shadow of the Colossus, that's another game that I never played, I really want to, so I'll try to get to that one soon. Silent Hill, one of my all-time favorite series. I freaking love it, especially 2. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Alright, next up, the SOCOM series. Man, when I got this first one, I got it for Christmas one year, and I pretty much, my entire life was dedicated to playing that and the second one. Oh my god, I can't even fathom how many hours I spent playing those. SSX is a series I always wanted to play, but I never did, which is really sad. The Suikoden Endgames, again, it's a really cool series that I think I would like. I just never got around to playing them. So I try to collect them all. I think I've got every one except for the second one, so. Here's another really goofy, kind of obscure, Japanese, just weird-ass game, that's Stretch Panic. Just look at videos of it, or if you can get a copy of it, play it. The best way I can explain it is Okami mixed with Japanese humor, boob helicopters. If any of you guys have ever seen footage of it, you know what I'm talking about. The Tales of series, I'm really glad to have those. I haven't played past the first Tales of Destiny game. I really want to continue on it, but I just never got a chance to. Alright, now working our way down to the last shelf here. Not sure if there's a whole lot of crazy standout titles down here. The Tony Hawk series, I used to love that series a whole bunch. We Love Katamari, that's the second one. Absolutely love it. It's even better than the first. The Wild Arms series, I'm really glad to have those. I only played the second one, so I never got to follow up on these, but still really cool to have. Next up we got the Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3. Very, very glad to have those, but again, sadly never played them. Yakuza, sadly that's the only one I have. There's several more in the series I really want to get. I hear it's a lot of fun, I just never got around to playing it. And then the Zone of the Enders, both really great games as well. So the rest of these are just my PS1 games. So that's going to do it for my PS2 video game collection. So now we'll move on to my systems and accessories and things like that. Alright, so I almost forgot about these. I have like a little Resident Evil section over here. So all of my Resident Evil games are over here. So I'll just show you the PS2 ones here. Again, as you can tell, it's one of my other all-time favorite series. That's why it's got its own section. Nothing really too crazy. Probably my favorite piece out of the PS2 ones is the Resident Evil 4 Premium Edition. Resident Evil 4 is could very well be my favorite Resident Evil game, so the Premium Edition one is really cool to get, but I just wanted to show those off as well. Alright guys, so on to the last few items here. These are just like some of the bigger box sets, my consoles and things like that. So these ones I'm really proud to have. I love the Time Crisis series, and the boxes are just really freaking awesome, so I definitely want to get all of them. There's only a couple more I need, but Time Crisis 3 with the gun con in it, very, very cool. I really wish I had that in high school, man. It would have been so much fun to have my friends over and play that. And then Time Crisis 2, this one's also got the gun con. One of the other ones I really want to get is, I think it's called Vampire Hunter or Vampire Killer. It's another big box set made by Namco that comes with a gun con. So if any of you guys have an extra set, let me know. I'd be happy to pick it up off you. So yeah, there's those. And then I've only got a couple of box systems, which I'm really, really trying to add more to. I just really have a hard time finding them. So this is actually, I picked this up at the very first garage sale I ever went to, and I could not believe the luck I had, because I just didn't expect to find anything like this that fast. So this is a PS2 Slim. It looks like it was really hardly ever played, and literally every bag, every brochure, and everything was in there. Got it for like 20 bucks, so that was really cool. Really glad to have that. And then this is my baby. I've had this PS2 since I was 15 years old. Like I said, I got this on Christmas that year. One of the best Christmases ever. I was so happy to see this. Oh, it's so awesome. I absolutely love this console. You guys have no idea. So yeah, this box is definitely a bit beat up. I don't have the styrofoam in it anymore, which sucks. If I could I want to get a nicer box eventually, but I'll always keep this just because I cherish it so much. So very, very cool. This isn't really that great to show, but this is like the original, PS2 vertical stand. I never owned this, but I always wanted to because I always thought the colors were really cool. So it's kind of cool to have it now, even though I'll never use it, but it matches the box and everything. I love that color. I really wish I had that back in the day. And then the last thing I'll show you guys here, this is another really cool one I'm glad to have. This is the white PS2 Slim. I picked this up at a pawn shop one time, like 20 bucks. I thought it was a pretty good deal. So I definitely want to try to get the box for that as well. and try to get the other PS2 Slim colors out there complete in box. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this collection video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I really love the PlayStation 2. I've had a lot of fun collecting for it, and I really look forward to getting more titles for it, so hopefully in the future I can do a follow-up video, show you guys some more of the titles that I've been wanting to get, and kind of update from there. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. If there's anything in particular you guys want to see, you know, any of my other systems, any of my other collections, or just anything in general that you want me to kind of film, talk about a little bit more, please let me know in the comments section. I'd really love to hear from you guys to see what you want to see more of, and I'd be more than happy to try to get that film to show you guys. So, as always, I will see you in the next episode. Take care.